Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, mi gente. Yogi yo. It's Rob Hoback. I am here. Welcome to Daily Discipline number 127. First airing is the 20th of February 2019. Here's my question for you today. What's the dream you let go along the way? The one that you just said, that's never going to happen. And, yesterday got me thinking about race cars and being part of a race team with my friends and, all that stuff. And that's just something that, I was so certain I could see a path for that. And I don't know, just really made me think. Made me think of whether I should re-engage on that. So anyway, let's get to work. So number one, if you're not a daily visitor and you're here today, I'm sure there's a reason, and I hope you get what you're looking for. And hope you come back often. Tell a friend. We're up to 47 subscribers. Can't wait till that's over 50. That's going to be fun. So let's start with what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for the conversations that came out of my post yesterday about NASCAR. One of them was that I like NASCAR Rob. Well, guess what? I like NASCAR Rob too. Kind of missed him, right? With his NASCAR shirts, number 3, the Intimidator. And just another shout out to number 3. Thank you. Appreciate everything you did for us. It was fun watching, that show and just all of those memories that brought back. And what it got me thinking about a couple things. Number one, we talk about be you, right? Be you. And so as a young kid, and I don't think that I was abnormal in this way, that I was searching for what I wanted to become. And so, what my friends liked, therefore I liked. And so I think that's why I was intrigued in racing, because I got to hang out with my friends. It was fun. And then the reason I bring that up is that I identified myself as a Dale Earnhardt fan. And a lot of people who knew me, they're like, you seem like you would be more of a Jeff Gordon fan. But I bought into the hype, right? Like all of the hype at the time was Dale Earnhardt is, he is NASCAR as we know it. And here's this new guy. Nobody knows what to think. Rainbow uniforms. Seems a little sissy. All these things. And so, Jeff Gordon was he was the first guy in NASCAR to be like real cognizant of how he looked and all that stuff. And it was a paradigm shift. And so, again, I've always been like that. So why I would identify with Dale Earnhardt, not Jeff Gordon, just always has been amazing to me. Over time, especially after Dale Earnhardt died, I saw how respectful Jeff Gordon was of his memory. Again, in the show, he's super respectful of him too. And that just makes me appreciate him so much more, right? Because in the competition, when guys are competing, oftentimes not very respectful of one another. But so that, there was that thought of, I was a little confused, right? And then, I just started thinking about how much racing has been a part of my life and how many times my job has sent me to the racetrack. Think about this. So again, we went from Hannah Street Steak and Shake to kind of Angry Rob, who was lost for a long time, and we had the NASCAR Rob in there. And then, we had version 2 of Paducah, Kentucky Steak and Shake Rob. He was around for a while, there for a couple of years, then moved up to Illinois. And I kind of found my stride there because I needed that structure. But along the way, I'll never forget, being in Paducah when the first Brickyard race went down. And thinking to myself, man, that was pretty cool, because my boss at the time went with like Coca-Cola or Pepsi or whoever Steak and Shake was at the time. So I was thinking, man, that must be nice to have a job like that. So that was like, I don't know, 96, 97. And like 5 years later, I'm sitting in a suite watching the race, right? If you'd have told me that then, I would have never believed it. And so via my job, I've gotten to go to several Indy 500 training sessions, practice sessions, qualifying sessions, met drivers, been in the pits, done all this stuff, and saw 3 Indy 500s. Again, from the turn 2 suite, like you're maybe 20 yards from the racetrack. You get to see them go by a couple hundred miles an hour. Amazing. And when you're in the suite, it's all you can eat, all you can drink. I mean, it's pretty sweet. No pun intended. So saw 3 Indy 500s, a couple Brickyard 300s. I got to go to Chicago, watch a NASCAR race there, all through my job. So not only did as a kid, a younger version of me, the Paducah Steak and Shake version, Rob. And he was a NASCAR Rob. Those kind of blended over. But anyway, he thought to himself, "Gosh, it must be nice to have a job like that." And next thing you know, guess what? I have a job that's like that. So perhaps when we're sitting there thinking about it, like, man, I'd really like to do that. Perhaps is it plausible to think that the universe said, "All right, Rob, you've worked hard. We're going to give you one of those." Here's the problem. I didn't even recognize it. Wasn't even thankful, right? Wasn't even thankful. Just boo-hoo. They take my sales and they don't appreciate me. But did you go to the racetrack? Just sit in the suite. Just stuff your face with food that somebody else paid. Did you take your client and this kid ate all the powdered donuts? All these answers are yes. Here's something else for you to think about. As I was busy hating on Jeff Gordon just because he was different, then, Jeff Gordon becomes this big star, and then Jeff Gordon pays it forward to where somebody found him, plucked him out, and said, "Ooh, this looks like this ass talent." He does the same thing with the guy who became one of my favorite NASCAR drivers, Jimmy Johnson. And so, another one of those dang liberals from California, what are they doing out here, right? Running their race cars. They don't know. Bleh. Hellbillies. Anyway, what's my point? I think my point are a couple of things. Number one, there's a trend here that I often don't recognize how amazing my life has been. And number two, that you just never, it's interesting when people or things come into our life and we're attracted to them and we don't know why. And then, it's just a cycle, right? Like NASCAR was a cycle. It was a chapter within the book of my life, part of my game. And then it just showed back up yesterday just to remind me how good my life has been, right? I'm certain if you pay attention, your life has been just as good too. With that, we're done. Hands up, peace out. We are better together. Remember to be thankful. Remember that, we are often given the exact things that we ask for, all right? And then if you're like me, unfortunately, sometimes you complain about it. No bueno. No bueno. All right. Hey, guys, I got to get to work. Love you. Miss you. I'll be back here tomorrow. Hope to see you then. Thanks. Bye.